Okay guys, so we'll be starting our analysis for the week on Crash and Boom with Boom 300. Before we do that, we're going to have to draw our trend lines. We'll draw our support and resistance. We'll also look at zones. You can call them support or resistance or zones. And then we'll also use our Fibonacci tool to try to predict the direction for this week's market movement. Okay, so let's bring out our tools. We'll bring out this to determine our zones. You can see we have our resistance here, the resistance zone here. Okay, then we draw another. We'll go down again. We'll see there's another level of, there's another resistance here, another resistance at this point. Let's make this bigger. Another resistance at this point. Okay, and then price is now here. We can see so far so good that this index is a selling index. It's selling all the way from the top here, selling all the way from the top here all the way down. You can see this all the way down to this point. Okay, so we want to know what price is doing, so we'll look at this. We'll bring out our Fibonacci. We can see that price came to this support here before it broke lower. You can see this. So we can see currently that price did not make it to the second fib, but this is a weekly, so we don't actually expect a second extension to be met. But we can see that price has broken the first extension and then it's going back for a retest. So if we look at this, we have two major levels we are looking at. We are looking at this level. We're looking at the 3000 level, and then we're also looking at the 4000 level. Okay, so that's what we're looking at. This level here is the previous higher low before we got this lower low here. This is the higher low before we got the lower low. Okay, so price may likely come back. Let's take this out. If we go to the, let's go to the daily and see. Price may likely, yes, this is clearer. So price may likely this week, you can see this, you can see price may likely go all the way to test this resistance here. You can test resistance here, maybe come back, test the resistance. Then if we look at, there's a daily resistance here, okay, so price may likely break that and then come back to retest it, and then it may likely go back all the way up to this point to retest this. So this is one option that we have, which supports a buy. Also, price may decide to, let's take this out, price may decide to come here and then decide to sell all the way down to a double bottom and probably even go create new lows, and that's another option there. Okay, so but for me, majorly this week, we are favoring the buy move. So we look at the buy that will come to test this first, and then let's take this out, come to test this level here first. Then if it breaks that, we'll look at it coming to test this resistance at this point. So for me, If we go to H4, this will become clearer. Go to H4. Let's take this out. Go to H4. Now let's make this a little bit clearer on H4. Now you see this on H4. Look at this price. Look at the H4 here. This is a support here for price. This is a support here for price on the H4. Okay. Let me draw this well. Okay. That's the support there for H4. Meanwhile, price came all the way down from this point. Price came all the way down here, created the new low there. That's the new low. Okay, so this is our on H4. This is our higher low. So we're looking at price coming to test that. It's our higher low. Then there's another level there. There's another level up here. Okay, so let's minimize this level up here. So these are the levels we're watching out for. So as you can see, we are, let's take this out. So price will likely be testing we'll test this and we'll likely test this maybe before coming down. So we can see that we have lots of buy movements. Now if you look also at H4, if we bring out our Fib, let's expand this. If you bring out our Fibonacci tool, you can see that price did this. Bring out Fibonacci tool, you see that this is our Fib. Price is yet to hit the first Fibonacci extension. This is it. So price is yet to hit our very first Fib extension here. First Fib extension here. Okay, and then we can see that the second Fib extension is just at this level here. So you can see that. Let's take this out. You can see it's just at this level here. Look at this. This is 261.8 level. So I'm in favor of a buy. I'm favoring that price will come all the way up to this point. Okay, so that's why I favor a buy for this week. Saying that Boom 300 will keep buying for maybe throughout this week, maybe minor retracements and then continue the buy. All right, so if you look at the daily, you can see that price most likely will test this 13 EMA here, and then if it breaks that upwards, then we may see price come all the way to test the 50 EMA. Okay, so that's so our bias for Boom 300, it's a buy for this week. Okay guys, so what you need to do is to be looking for buy setups, confirm the buys before you enter. So that's my position for Boom 300. I'm in favor of a buy. Okay, that's for that. So for Boom 500, where this is the weekly chart, we can see that Boom 500 has been selling for a very long time, and currently if we expand this, we can see that currently we are seeing a buy move on the weekly. We can see this buy weekly has been going up steadily. Currently, yeah, it's being rejected at this point. Being rejected at this point here. Okay, being rejected at this point here, which is a consequence of this resistance zone, the resistance here, strong resistance. Okay, so what might likely happen, Boom 500 may decide to this Boom 500, this is a major resistance zone here which is rejecting on the weekly. Okay, now we can also see that there was a rejection here when price tried to break lower. There was a rejection here too, which might push price higher, or price may reject at this point, as it's rejecting here at this point, and then take our price lower from here. So might take it back all the way down and then take it down. If you are someone that understands liquidity, you will see that there's money sitting down. There's money here. Let me take that out. There's money here. All this place, there's money sitting down here on the weekly. Okay, so they might want to take this price and bring it down and take everybody's stop loss that is sitting down at this point. So but let's look at the daily. Let's see what the daily is telling us. On the daily, we can see, let me take this out, okay. Let me go to the weekly to get that out. Okay, so now that that's out, let's go. So let me take this out also. Let's go to the daily. What do we see on the daily? You can see price has been going up. Price went all the way up here. You can see that an ascending channel there. Ascending channel. Price has been going up. Here. Going up, broke out. So this, like, we can call this can serve like this is a daily channel here. Price is basically doing this, going up, coming down, going up, and coming down. Okay, so that's what price is basically doing. Now it has gone up here. So based on what we have seen here, price, and we can see the rejection. We can see, let me see if I can add an eclipse here that can help in. Okay, let me add this. You can see that there's a rejection at this point. The rejection here is a rejection at this point here. Yeah, so that rejection might take price down. That rejection might take price down to this point. Okay, so but we can be trading this. So at this point, if we are looking at what this channel is doing, we can say we are favoring a sell back to this point here. We are favoring a sell back to this point this week. Okay, that's on the daily. And the only thing that will make us change our bias is if we see price break. If we see a breakout, maybe price breaks out. If price breaks out, then we expect a retest. We expect a retest of this. Okay, we expect a retest of this, and then we'll see price go higher. Right? May not be this perfect, but that's that's what we should expect if price breaks out of this channel, to come back to retest it, and then we'll see price go higher. But as it is, we are seeing a rejection on the daily, so which might be suggesting that price might likely be coming down. So for me, for this week, we're going to look at H4 right now. So that's what's on H. Let's look at H4 and see what price is doing. Will give us a better interpretation. Okay, so we see this. Let's take this out. Let's take this out. Okay, let's get this out. Okay, so you can see what is happening here. We're in the channel here. You can see price gave us went all the way, touched this, the top of the channel, came down, top of the channel here, it came down, okay, came down here, went back, could not even create a double top. This is a missed double top right here, missed double top. Then it's rejected and it's already coming down. So we might likely see price get to this point. At least price may get to this point and then might take it down here. Okay, then maybe you can break and then go downwards. But for me, I'm looking at a sell for Boom. I'm looking at the sell for Boom 500 this week. So if you bring out the fib, you see, let's look at the fib here. You pick this up from here. Let's see how far this trade might likely go. So let's take this one out. You see this fib. Okay, so price, depending on what price does, this is a strong level here. This is a strong level. This is a strong level here. So we're looking at this. So price may sell to this point. And there's also a trend line here. There's a trend line here to watch out for. So if you combine all that, let's make this thicker. The trend line here, let's make this 4 pixel. Done. So you see there's a trend line here. So thinking that price may likely come all the way down to retest this, to test this trend line for a third touch. We can see the first touch here. You can see the first touch here. So the first touch. That's the first touch. That's the first touch. See the second touch. Second touch here. So this was our first touch. So our first touch here. Then so we might be expecting a third touch at this point. So for me, I'm looking at price selling all the way to retest that. May probably break it down a little bit before going up if it's buying. But for this week, I'm supporting a sell. So that's it for Boom 500, guys. So this week we're looking at sell positions, and it might also just look for confirmations for a sell. Okay, because sometimes you can see that you can see what is going on here. So you just have to understand what's going on in the market. You can see here that there's a trend line acting at this point. There's a trend line here too. So if price breaks this down and then you see a retest, if price breaks that, then we know we are going in for a sell. And then you see this, might see a sell to this point. That's that. And then but price on the other hand may also decide to, if it doesn't break through that, price can come here, give a fake out, and then may decide to go up higher. So you need to watch out for that. So we are watching out for if it breaks this trend line, then we look for sells after the retest. If it doesn't break it, then we'll look for buy. So that's the two views for Boom 500. Looking out for a break of that trend line, break of this trend line, the inner trend line here. That's this very inner trend line. If price breaks that, then we know price is coming down to the outer trend line. Another price coming down to the outer trend line. So look out for that on Boom 500, guys. Look out for that on Boom 500. We're looking out for those two options: a breakout downwards and then we sell, or we see a buy continuation on Boom 500 for this week. Okay guys, so now looking at Boom 1000, we are looking at the analysis for this week. Boom 1000, we can see Boom 1000 is currently buying. On the weekly, we can see price did this, does this high, created this high, then it created another high here, a higher high here. Okay, so that's Boom 1000, right? At this point, if we are to create our zones, we'll see there's a zone here telling us that price is currently at a very critical position. Price is at a critical point. Okay, the market is at a very critical point. This is a make or break situation. We are seeing that zone there. Also, that's the support, very strong support there. And then we are also seeing there's another support at this point. Okay, there's another support at this point, which we can actually move it up here to the support here before price jumped all the way up. So this is a very strong, this support here, this support right here is a very strong support. This support right is a very strong support. As we can see, price has been ranging on that support. That's tested it here. Let me turn this up. Tested it here. Let me pick this up. Tested it here. Tested it here. Tested it again at this point. No. Tested it again at this point. And then it's coming again to test it at this point. So that's a very critical position for Boom 500. So it's either we see a break and a retest and then a sell continuation. See a sell continuation to this level here, or we see price. Let's take these ones out. See, let's take this off. Take this off, or we see price bounce at this point, maybe to give us another higher high or a double top. Okay, so that's for that. Let's look at the daily to see what price is showing to us. Let's take this out. So let's take this out. Let's look at the daily. What is the daily doing? Look at the daily here. You can see the level here is still operating. You can see this level right here. Level right here, which is looking like a break. This is the level right here. Let's zoom in to see what's happening. You can see it looks like we had a break. Looks like, let's go to this part here. Looks like we had a break. You can see this very candle closed. This very candle here, the red candle there can see it closed strongly below that level, meaning that maybe that particular zone has been violated, so we might just see a retest and then a sell might continue and a sell continuation. Okay, so but let's see what H4 is talking about. Let's see H4. See H4. Okay, so we can see H4 right now. H4, let's take this out. This is H4. On the H4, we are currently seeing that we have this. We have a morning star formation here. You can see what price it is. A morning star formation that took the price up. Price came back. Price came back, has not broken lower yet. So currently, let's see if we can see what Fibonacci is saying. So at this point, price did not go higher. Price came to this point, and but we know that at this point there is a level here that price is supposed to meet up with. Okay, there's a level there that produced the lower low here. That level produced this lower low at this point, this lower low here. Okay, so price will have to test that. So we are looking at price, probably price coming all the way here and then maybe test this again, maybe push up from there or come down because of the break. It may come down from there. So at this point, it's difficult to know exactly what price wants to do. On the other hand, too, we can see maybe there's a head and shoulder here. There's a left shoulder. There's a left shoulder here. You can see there's a right shoulder here. There's a right shoulder here. Sorry, there's a head there. That's the head. And then this is the right shoulder. So, and then we can call this the neck. Okay, this is the neck, a neckline. This is the neckline here. So price may retest that neckline and then sell if it does, if the head and shoulders holds, or price may fall down and go all the way down because of the break on the daily. So we'll just watch and see. If we bring out our fib, let's use our fib to see what's happening. This fib, let's look at this fib. We can see that we reached 100 level and then came back. We did not break. Probably that should be, let's see what level that was. We will see this level here. We take this. See that price came back to, what level is this? Price came down to, did not touch the 78.6 retracement level and then went up from there. So let's see what happens. Let's see if there's anything happening in H1. Okay, so H1 we see it has not broken lower. So it's difficult for us to tell where price is going. It's difficult for us to tell where price is going. There's a rejection here, but I would support a buy. I would see a buy here and then see a buy on weekly before price smashes it down all the way to this zone here. So for this week, I will be supporting a buy. Let's take this out. I'll be supporting a buy. Probably you can see this level here. You can see this level. See that boom 500 price may get back here before we now see a major sell to the next. See this sell. So for me, I will support a buy on Boom 1000 for this week, right guys? So let's watch out for that. You can see this bullish momentum coming into the daily here. See the bullish momentum. See this bullish candle came in with the next rejection candle. So let's see what happens on Boom 1000, but I'm all for buy.